Gareth Evans returns to his first action film since The Raid 2. So today, let's talk about Havoc and see if it's worth your time. After a drug deal gone wrong, a bruised detective must fight his way through the criminal underworld to rescue a politician's estranged son, unraveling a deep web of corruption and conspiracy that involves his entire city. Gareth Evans hasn't directed many films, but the films he has directed, from the Raid films and Havoc and Apostle, they are great movies. And he brings a lot of the action that works so well for the Raid and Raid 2, which made those films just so intense and very unique to this film. There is less hand-to-hand combat and more reliance on guns throughout this movie, but it is still a relentless, action-packed, bloody film that is just full of energy. This is at times a film that does venture more into a generic territory when it comes to conspiracies involving this entire city, corrupt cops and politicians, typical things you would see in some action films. But what makes this film stand out and so fun to watch is Gareth Evans' direction and his amount of brutal moments and just high octane action throughout. This isn't a film that you need to know so much about the characters. You don't need to dive deep into their past. What makes these characters tick? I don't really care all about that. What Gareth Evans delivers with this film is just that action. And there is so many unique action scenes throughout this film. That chaotic style of direction that works so well for the Raid. Characters running towards each other, jumping on top of them, utilizing their environment. There's a great club sequence. I don't know what it is about action films and club scenes, they just work, and that's a big standout of this film. Like I said, it's less reliant on hand-to-hand combat. There's a lot of use of guns throughout this film, but they also utilize other weapons to kill people, and it is brutal. It is really violent. It just kind of builds this momentum throughout, where I heard it was brutal and pretty violent in the beginning of the film. Like, I don't really see all that. I just see people dying, being shot left and right. And then as the film progressed, it only got increasingly more violent throughout. People were being killed in very unique ways. People were just being shot at left and right. Blood was splattering. It seemed like every 10 minutes there was like a big action scene. A lot of movement, a lot of camera work that just paid off. You establish your characters in the beginning. Tom Hardy, he's this broken cop. He's bruised. He doesn't really communicate well with a lot of people, but he takes on this mission of finding a politician's estranged son. He won't stop until he finds his son. Everything that you need to know about the characters, like in the beginning. He has a daughter. It takes place on Christmas. He's not the best father. He buys a present for her at a convenience store. Everything you need to know is just kind of thrown into the beginning of the film. Your main plot points, the characters, Timothy Oliphant, everybody that you need to know, and like the big reveals and where the progression of that story is. It's in the beginning, and then just relentless action throughout, and it's really entertaining. But I like Tom Hardy in here. I thought he did a great job of being this bruised detective and somebody that has done some things in the past that is wrong. He's not trying to come to terms with it all or reflect on his life. He's aware of his choices, and he at times is likable, but a lot of it is just him protecting people and trying to get a lot of it is him protecting people, but he's great within these action scenes. Like I said, these action scenes are just constantly moving, and it seems more and more just added to this film, but he is there to match that energy. Timothy Oliphant is also very smooth within this film, a police officer that works with Tom Hardy, and he has a bit of a shady past, but he's also great within this movie. Luis Guzman, Forrest Whitaker, they don't do the most within this film, but I did like those characters within this movie. And when it comes to the setting, it feels like a grimy city taking place on Christmas. It feels like Gotham City at times. Like there is constantly like crime going on. The buildings are dirty. There's just like this icky, grimy, slimy feel to this city, and a lot of the politicians and the police officers, they're all corrupt and they've done some shady things, and it feels like just like Gotham City, like Batman could have popped out somewhere within this film. But the setting is great. You're able to have high-speed chase sequences and shootout sequences in the middle of the street without doing too much to the setting, and really just honing in on the action without kind of stepping out of the boundaries of that location. You're able to just kind of feel tame when it comes to the setting, but also deliver really intense action. So with Gareth Evans not directing an action film since The Raid 2, which was 2014, over 10 years ago, he's able to jump back into an action film with ease. High octane scenes, a lot of brutal moments, less hand-to-hand combat, but more shootout sequences that just have loud noises throughout. The style is there. The color grading is darker at times. Tom Hardy, Timothy Oliphant, Luis Guzman, Forrest Whitaker, everybody's really great in here, but also really like Jessie May Lee as a police officer that's trying to do the right thing. She's just trying to do her job, but she works so well within this cast. Definitely check out Havoc on Netflix. Action galore, bloody as can be, a lot of fun, and Gareth Evans brings his unique style to this Netflix film, but more guns rather than fighting, but it still works. I'm gonna go ahead and give Havoc an A-. Thank you guys for checking my review for Havoc. Have you guys seen it on Netflix? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy.